Now then guys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. And I just want to kind of vent today. We're just going to talk about something that's been a problem in the game now for a while. I don't really understand how it's still an issue in the game at this stage of the game cycle. It's actually been a common issue throughout FIFA now for a while. I remember it was a problem last year, but it did get patched. But it came back again strong at the start of this year. And we had a little bit of a middle patch. We had a bit of a middle patch. I don't know if you guys remember it, but we had a patch where the gameplay went absolutely to crap. Honestly, it was awful. But this problem did seem to be alleviated. Did seem to be fixed, but it's kind of crept its way back in. And it's been, for me personally, it's been super noticeable. Now, I don't want to just make these videos just to completely shit on the game FIFA, but to be honest with you, if we don't make these videos, how can we ever expect there to be change? If people aren't talking out, if conversations aren't being had, then you're never going to see change. So it's important to do this. I'm not saying this to just be a dick. I'm saying these kind of things because I play the game a lot and I want the game to be good. And I'm sure you guys that play the game, especially career mode like myself a lot, you want it to be good as well. Now, before we get fully into this one, if you are new around here and you haven't already slapped that subscribe button, I would massively appreciate it. Also, a massive thumbs up because today you get big Yorkie. Now, let's get into this video. We're going to be talking today about the lineups. I'm sure you could probably guess by the thumbnail. Disclaimer at the start of this one, there has been a recent update. There has been a recent big patch. Now, from what I'm reading, I don't think it's fixed this problem. I have played a few games on the new patch and the problem still persists, but you guys might be having different experiences now on the patch. As you can see on this account right here, I can't log in online. I did make a video about this, account being hacked, blah, 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 blah. So I can't actually play online, but so we're not actually playing on the current patch when we go into this career mode, but I have played on it and the issue still persists. I legitimately have no idea how much this bug impacts the rest of the simulation. We will talk about that very quickly, but this, of course, is the bug. I'm assuming this is going to be a problem for us right now. I need to be moved over here very quickly, but as you can see by the team lineup for Gladbach, some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't. Elyounoussi as a centre mid does not make sense. Mertens as a left mid instead of playing as a cam, where Stindl or Hoffman does not make sense. I'm pretty sure Stindl should be playing as a centre mid. It's just the formations are completely mixed up. Well, the lineup, the selection, the squad selection for each team is completely mixed up. And it's really weird. Now, there did used to be this tip that I could give you. So I'm going to try and give you tips in this video in order to improve this. Now, the biggest tip that I can give you, if you've got two controllers, which I don't, because they're not super cheap, are they, as well? And most people, if you play on your own, if you don't have the extra control, this is actually something that EA could literally just put into the game themselves. So that would be select sides, I swap to be Gladbach, and then I come out and I can change the squad. So this is one way to do it. Now, the big issue trying to do it that way is, you see, I tried to swap sides there. You can't do it with one controller. It's just, they don't let you. So with one controller, you can't do that. You need to have two. I did used to actually come up and tell you why you couldn't swap. But yeah, this used to be a thing. So you could come on here and you swap to the other side. Yeah, great. But there you go. There must be at least one other control. I don't know why, because you're not cheating, are you? It's career mode. You're not up against anyone. It's not online. You're not playing against... It's your own career mode, you know? You're playing single player. So if I want to play as Gladbach, I don't see any reason why I can't do. I don't know why you would, but there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to play as Gladbach. And most importantly, because your terrible system of picking lineups, at least let me swap to Gladbach to change their lineup. Some of their better players aren't even in this team, and of course a game against RB Leipzig would be considered a big game. So there was another method as well, where if I back out and I come back in, that the lineup would change. That method doesn't seem to work anymore, or at least it changes a little bit. So now we've got Neuhaus playing as a right mid and Hoffman as a cam. I believe they were the other way around a minute ago. I can't remember. So that is one change. Neuhaus is arguably one of the best players, but he's being played out of position there. We had a really good one. We've had a couple of good ones. Now, if I can go back and find them, I will put them on the screen. If I'd have been a great YouTuber, I'd have probably taken screenshots of them, but I'm not. I'm pretty new. So at the end of the day, we're playing against PSG. Sergio Busquets is on the right wing because he belongs there. And then we play later in the match against Augsburg, and Mitrovic is playing right midfield. Now, if there was injuries, maybe you could account for some of those decisions, but Andre Hahn was playing up top in the Augsburg team and Mitrovic right mid. So they're literally just in the wrong position. They are literally just being put in the wrong position. It's really weird. It's a horrendous bug. It's been a bug now that has been around in several FIFAs, and the fact that it's still not fixed is It's pretty bad. Let's be honest about it. Let's not beat about the bush. This is horrendous that you can't even play against correct lineups. There's a lot of stuff that annoy me when it comes to lineups with EA, like them not playing different lineups, teams sticking to the exact same tactic. They don't change tactic during the game to change how you're playing against them, but that's fine. At least give me the correct lineups. Now, I don't know how much of an impact this actually has on the sim, and it might have a huge impact because you'll see here, we've got this league season going on at the moment. We're top of the league on 38 points. You're probably thinking we're at Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich in 4th place. They've got 7 draws. It just doesn't make sense. Bayern Munich, lads, in season number 1. Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. And yes, granted, they've not lost 7 draws. Honestly, in the simulation, there is more draws than IKEA. It's an absolute shambles is the sim on this year's game. It really is. I think a couple of other content creators might have made videos on it, but not enough people are talking about it. I'm going to do a full video trying to break down just what is the sim. But that's just an example. Are these messed up lineups being taken into the sim? And that's why we're seeing really just nutty results when it comes to simulation. I mean, that could be it because the sims are really wild, right? If we go further down, you see Leverkusen there, who, they might not be a top team. But Borussia Dortmund, they've won 5, they've drawn 5, and they've lost 4. Just doesn't make sense. It's Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga. Now, I'm not saying they have to have the best of seasons, but we're in season number 1 here, and I can't even get some realism with the squads that are currently in the league. We can't even get some realism with that. Borussia Dortmund 8th. It's just a bit of a shambles. Now, that might have a lot to do with the lineups. But I don't work at EA, so I don't have a clue whatsoever. But it's something we need to highlight more. I think it's something that more people need to be talking about because it's a real issue when you come up against a team and you're trying to play a game and this is the situation you get. Now, I'm going to go into this match, right? Well, actually, no, we're not going to go into it. What we will do is we'll go look at the Gladbach squad and I just want to check where Stindl and Fernando should be playing. Now, I already know that Herman should be a right mid, Neuhaus should be a centre mid, Elyounoussi should be a left mid, and Mertens should be a cam. All 4 players are out of position there. So let's actually see if Fernando and Stindl should be cam. We do have the plus here of being able to go in and actually look at the squad. So as we thought, Elyounoussi should be left mid, but what's ridiculous is that Thuram isn't even starting, is nuts. They've even got Chukwueze, who could play as a right mid, but there we go. Herman is a right mid, Mertens is a centre forward. So literally just playing players for the sake of it out of position. It doesn't make any sense, to be honest with you, but when you do actually go and look through these, you won't be able to make much sense. Neuhaus, of course, centre mid, Hoffman, centre mid, and we're just seeing some big issues here. Fernando is a CDM, they're playing him at cam. Stindl is a CDM, they're playing him at cam. This is a problem. It just generally is a problem. And when you're trying to have fun playing the game of FIFA and you can't even get the correct lineups, like we saw with Man City, they had Riyad Mahrez playing as a centre forward, and I think they had Lautaro Martinez on the bench. It's just like, what? This makes no sense. Like, you're not even putting your best lineup out. And again, this has been something that career mode content creators have been complaining about for years now. This is not new. This is not something that is new or new news to EA. They already know this is a problem. They already know this is a problem this year. I'm seriously starting to question why there are game changers, because they don't seem to have any input in it. And I know they're very vocal about it, or at least some of the game changers that I watch, and they're not just sat there not saying anything. I know they're very vocal about the problems in the game, but just none of it seems to get fixed. We've only just had the skinny arm problem fixed for the academies, which is a huge part of FIFA that they introduced eventually, but they've only just fixed the skinny arm thing. I mean, I could go on for days. I don't want to ramble too much. This is just purely about the lineups. I want to get your opinions. If you're using the new patch, do you feel like it's improved a lot? Where do you think they can go with this? You know, it's been a long time now before it's been fixed. Is this going to just start ruining career mode over the years? I'm intrigued to know your guys' feedback and your guys' thoughts on this. There's going to be a lot of videos like this coming up very soon on the channel. I've got a lot to talk about when it comes to FIFA. We're now well over 200 hours into playing the game this year, just purely career mode. That's none of the other modes included. And I've got a lot to say about this game and the problems it has. I'm going to leave that one there. I hope you all have a bloody brilliant weekend or week, depending on when you're watching this. Once again, if you're around here, slap that subscribe button, as well as going on to like the video and leave comments. We get seen more and it allows me to buy more coffee which feeds the addiction that I have, which is just caffeine. All the caffeine, all the time. Take care, lads. I'll see you in the next video.